When most people think about retirement planning, they think about investments, stocks, 401ks, IRAs, CDs, market performance. And while those things absolutely matter, one of the biggest mistakes I see is people thinking retirement planning is only about investments, because retirement planning is really about something more. It's about understanding how the different parts of retirement affect one another: income, healthcare, Medicare, taxes, long-term care concerns, market risk, and how all those things can impact your retirement over time. Hi, I'm Marcus McKinnon. I work with people who are approaching retirement or already retired, helping them better understand how retirement income and healthcare decisions work together. And one thing I've learned over the years is this: a lot of people get retirement advice in pieces. Investments over here, Medicare somewhere else, insurance in another conversation. But retirement doesn't really work that way, because in real life, one decision often affects another. Let me explain what I mean. Imagine somebody retires and says, I've got $1 million saved. I think I'm okay. And at first that sounds reassuring. But retirement planning isn't just how much money do I have. It becomes, how long does income need to last? What happens if healthcare costs rise? What happens if one spouse suddenly needs care? What happens if markets struggle for a while? And how does Medicare fit into all of this? Those are retirement questions too. Because retirement isn't just about money. It's about independence, lifestyle, confidence, peace of mind, and understanding what could affect those things over time. When I think about retirement planning, I tend to think about five major areas. The first is income. Where is retirement income coming from? Social Security, retirement accounts, pensions, investments, maybe guaranteed income strategies? Because the question isn't only how much money do I have, it's how does income continue throughout retirement? Second is healthcare. And this is one area many people underestimate. Healthcare costs don't disappear in retirement. In many cases, they become even more important. Third is Medicare. Medicare is incredibly important, but it's also confusing. Medicare decisions can affect costs, flexibility, coverage, and even retirement budgeting. And many people are surprised by what Medicare doesn't cover. For example, Medicare was never designed to cover long-term custodial care, and that surprises a lot of people. Fourth is risk. What happens if markets struggle early in retirement? What if inflation sticks around longer than expected? What happens if expenses rise unexpectedly? And fifth is long-term care and family impact. What happens if one spouse suddenly needs help? Who provides care? How does that affect income, assets, independence, lifestyle? These are difficult conversations, but they matter. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say a couple retires at age 65. They've done a good job saving, investments look solid, everything feels fine. But then healthcare costs start rising. One spouse develops a chronic condition. More money starts coming out of retirement accounts. Maybe the market has a rough stretch at the same time. Suddenly, retirement becomes more complicated than, did my portfolio go up this year? That's one of the reasons I believe retirement planning works best when income and healthcare decisions are looked at together. So if there's one takeaway from this video, it's this: retirement planning is more than investments. It's understanding how income, healthcare, Medicare, risk, and long-term care planning can affect one another. Because retirement planning isn't really about one thing. It's about understanding the bigger picture. If you're approaching retirement or already retired and you'd simply like help understanding how these pieces relate to your own situation, feel free to reach out. No pressure. It really just starts with a simple conversation. You can call or schedule a time, whatever's easiest.